How wonderful it would be if every parish in our diocese could have a junior choir. This was the challenge presented over 10 years ago by Deacon Gregory Krikorian. Realizing that there had not been a formal program to instruct the youth regarding the worship service, Deacon Gregory charged the parishes to focus on the youth and develop junior choirs. To date, there are over 20 junior choirs in the Eastern Diocese. Considering the junior choir initiative was off to a good start, there was a natural progression to have certain young people take leadership roles within their parishes. That is where Dr. Socrates Boyajian joins our story. He designed the Junior Choir Leadership Development Program, which took over a year of planning. 12 candidates with leadership qualities were identified by their parish priests. They came together for an intense crash course of study. The JCLDP held its inaugural program in the summer of 2004 at the Ararat Center in the pristine setting of the Catskill Mountains. A group of professionals were assembled to lead the instruction in the various areas which needed to be addressed, namely music history, conducting, voices of the choir, the organ, and the celebrant and deacon. Dr. Socrates received his doctorate in musical arts for composition from the University of Maryland. An ordained deacon, he has conducted the choir of St. Mary's Armenian Church in Washington, D.C. since 1986. Dr. Socrates is a member of the AACCA and has served in various capacities, including chairman. Over the past 10 years, he has been instrumental in several projects related to the publication of sacred music. Most recognized on the parish level for his work done on the publication of the Sacred Music of the Armenian Church, Volumes 1 and 2, which were released in 1993. Dr. Socrates covered a broad range of topics including Western and Armenian music history, the formation of the modern-day scale, theory, ear training, identification of key signatures and time signatures, intervals, tempo, dynamics, and solfege. Dr. Socrates demonstrated the AACCA website, which he built from the ground up. The website was first online in 1998 and is an invaluable tool for choir members worldwide. On the website, you can learn our sacred music line by line in either Armenian or English. Maestro Khoja-Eynatyan studied in the seminary at Holy Echmiadzin, pursuing theology as well as philosophy, the humanities, and psychology, simultaneously studying music theory, polyphony, and harmony. He received his master's degree in conducting and choral singing from the Gomidas Conservatory in Yerevan, and a second master's degree in symphonic studies. Maestro Khoja is perhaps most well known for his composition of the choral and organ accompaniment of the Khoja-Eynatyan setting of the Divine Liturgy. This setting of the liturgy is used in churches throughout the world. Maestro Khoja is presently coordinator of music ministry of the Department of Worship at the diocese. His mission is to teach the correct interpretation of the chants, liturgical hymns, as well as secular songs. Maestro Khoja taught the various components of how to be an effective conductor, from the initial silent motions of getting the choir's attention, to the motioning for the choir to inhale before they begin singing, to the movements which help the choir keep time, then the subtle gestures for expressing dynamics. Each student had a chance to try their hand at conducting under Maestro's watchful eyes. Deacon Rubik Maelian, a graduate of the University of Houston with a master's degree in choral conducting, is also a classically trained tenor. He holds a Master's of Arts degree in theology from St. Vladimir Seminary and is a graduate of St. Narcissus Seminary in New York. Currently, he serves as music director and soloist in St. John's Armenian Church of Greater Detroit, initially giving the students insights into the interpretation of the service by the late Archbishop Tiran Nersoyan as to how the Badarak should be celebrated and why, to reviewing translations of the text of the hymns, to the proper places to breathe, correct posture, breathing techniques, how to approach learning a new piece of music, good vocal health, and warm-up exercises. Deacon Rubik stressed the importance of timing in the celebration of Badarak and how all of the various components of the worship service need to work harmoniously for a smoothly flowing liturgy. Father Mamigon Kiledjan received his master's in theological studies from the Kevorkian Seminary in Etchmiadzin. He attended the prestigious Manhattan School of Music, studying the organ and conducting, and received a master's degree in organ performance. Father Mamigon organized a junior choir which sang for the Catholicos at the diocese, and has placed in the World Organ Competition in Venice in 1999. Since 1996, he has served as visiting professor at St. Nersa Seminary and currently is the pastor at St. Stepanos in Elberon, New Jersey. When demonstrating the proper organ technique, Father Mamigon familiarized the participants with the grate and swell keyboards, the various stops which change the tonality of the organ, and also the pedals. The students were interested to learn about the special shoes that are worn by organists and how their feet have what's known as muscle memory. Father Vahan Khoja-Eynatyan received his doctorate in philosophy in biblical studies from Fordham University. He is a graduate of St. Vladimir's Seminary and St. Nersa Seminary, where he has served as dean and currently as assistant professor of biblical studies. In his pastoral ministry, Father Vahan has served as parish priest in St. Leon in New Jersey and currently serves in Holy Martyrs in Bayside, New York. Father Vahan explained the meaning and relevance of the celebration of the Badarak to us as Christians, citing the biblical reference from St. Paul's letter, "Do this in remembrance of me." This is the divine commandment that the priest carries out each time Badarak is celebrated. He described the evolution of the early church, the need to have an altar, and the function of the priest as leader of the community of worshipers, who prays on their behalf, distributes Holy Communion to the faithful, teaches the Word of God, and blesses the congregation. The deacon, or sargavak, meaning senior head of the community, should be a serious person and serve as an example to the faithful. In his role, he directs the worshipers to stand, sit, listen, bow down, and pray. He also helps the priest vest and has the responsibility of bringing the gifts of bread and wine to the celebrant to be used as Holy Communion. After 4 days of intense training, the students put their knowledge to the test. All 12 students had their moment to shine, their chance to finally conduct.